Hi guys! Today I will tell you about the 10 largest natural disasters in the world that caused the largest financial and insurance losses. Let's start. The list of the natural disasters that caused the largest financial and insurance losses during the last 35 years was headed by Hurricane Katrina, which became the most unprofitable for the insurance and reinsurance industry. Insurance payments for the damage, according to various estimates, amounted to $60.5 billion. Hurricane Katrina, which hit the United States in 2005, practically wiped out New Orleans and killed 1,720 people. Financial losses are estimated at $125 billion. Hurricane Katrina earned the highest rating on the hazard scale. On the way to New Orleans, Louisiana, his speed reached 280 km per hour. The homeland of the hurricane was the Bahamas, an archipelago of 700 islands in the Caribbean. Hurricane Katrina and New Orleans have become almost synonymous and symbols of disaster. The second place is the earthquake and tsunami in Japan. The earthquake and tsunami that devastated Japan's northeastern coast and caused an accident at the Fukushima nuclear power plant in 2011 killed nearly 16,000 people. Financial losses were $210 billion and the amount of insurance losses, $40 billion. This is the strongest known earthquake in the history of Japan and the seventh, and according to other estimates, even the sixth, fifth, or fourth strongest in the entire history of seismic observations in the world. However, the number of victims and the scale of destructions are inferior to the earthquakes in Japan in 1896 and 1923. The official toll statistics from the earthquake and tsunami in Japan is 15,892 people. Almost 3,000 are reported missing and more than 6,000 were injured in 20 prefectures. The earthquake occurred at a distance of about 70 kilometers from the nearest point of the coast of Japan. Initial calculations show that the tsunami waves took 10 to 30 minutes to reach the first affected areas of Japan. 69 minutes after the earthquake, the tsunami flooded Sendai Airport. Number 3 is Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy killed 210 people. The element raged in October 2012 in the Bahamas, Cuba, and the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and United States and Canada. Financial losses were about $69 billion, and the amount of insurance losses almost $30 billion. Hurricane Sandy is a powerful tropical cyclone that formed in late October 2012. The most severe damage was caused to the northeastern states of the U.S., in particular New Jersey, New York, and Connecticut. In the year 2012, it is the 18th tropical cyclone to receive its own name and the 10th such cyclone in the Atlantic. It formed on October 22 and turned into a tropical storm in 6 hours. Continuing to gain strength, it began to move slowly north to the Greater Antilles. Number 4 is Hurricane Ike. In 2008, Hurricane Ike caused tremendous destruction in the United States, Cuba, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and the Bahamas. Then 170 people became victims of the disaster. Financial losses were $38 billion, and the amount of insurance losses is close to $19 billion. Hurricane Ike is the fifth hurricane of the 2008 season, approaching the southeast coast of the United States. On September 4, The hurricane was rated with 4 points on the Saffir-Simpson 5-point hazard scale. The range of the storm was over 900 kilometers. The epicenter of the storm was located about 1,150 kilometers southeast of Wilmington, North Carolina, with wind speeds of 135 kilometers per hour. The cyclone moved northwestward at a speed of 19 kilometers per hour. As of 2 p.m. on September 5, 2008, the hurricane has weakened to the level 3rd category. The wind speed reached 57 meters per second. On September 13, Hurricane Ike hit the southern Texas. The hurricane was assigned to the 2nd hazard category. The disaster destroyed the town of Galveston in Texas. Number 5 is Hurricane Andrew. Hurricane Andrew, which hit Florida, Los Angeles, and raged in the Bahamas in 1992, caused 62 fatalities. Financial losses is $26.5 billion. The amount of insurance losses is $17 billion. Hurricane Andrew is a Category 5 Atlantic tropical hurricane and is the 3rd largest hurricane to hit the United States in the 20th century. This hurricane was the only significant in the 1992 season in the Atlantic Ocean. In August, Andrew sailed through the northwestern Bahamas, southern Florida, and southwestern Louisiana. This hurricane caused significant destruction, and for the 1992 prices, the estimated loss was up to $34 billion. Before Katrina in 2005, Hurricane Andrew was the most destructive hurricane in the United States on record. The 6th place is earthquake in New Zealand. The 2011 New Zealand earthquake claimed lives of 185 people. Financial losses were $24 billion. The amount of insurance losses are $16.5 billion. Earthquakes in New Zealand occur due to the country's geographical location in the geologically active zone of the Pacific Volcanic Fire Ring. About 20,000 earthquakes are recorded in New Zealand annually, most of which are weak. About 200 of them are tangible. New Zealand has strict building codes and regulations to ensure safety and prevent disaster. Most of the earthquakes in New Zealand occur in the zone of the convergent boundary between the Australian and Pacific lithospheric plates. This border in New Zealand runs from Fjordland in the southwest to Cape Vostok in the northeast. Large earthquakes occur in the Alpine Fold, in the subduction zone of the Pacific Plate, where tectonic forces act in different directions. Number 7 is flooding in Thailand. The flooding in Thailand in 2011 killed 813 people. Financial losses amounted to $43 billion. The amount of insurance losses was $16 billion. Series of floods in Thailand is a natural disaster caused by the strongest in the last 50 years seasonal monsoon rains in July-September 2011 in the northern, northeastern, and central provinces of Thailand, from where water came through the lowlands of central Thailand to Bangkok. In total, 65 of 76 provinces of Thailand and more than 13 million people were affected. The rains were caused by tropical storm Nok-Ten that hit Thai on the very beginning of July. On October 30, a record water level was recorded in the Chao Phraya River, 253 centimeters above the sea level, which is 3 centimeters above the hydraulic barriers. 613 people died, including more than 150 from the electric shocks through the water, which was the most common cause of casualties during the flood in Bangkok. Number 8 is the earthquake in the United States. The earthquake that struck the Pacific coast of the United States in 1994 killed 61 people. Financial losses was $44 billion and the amount of insurance losses $15 billion. The Northridge earthquake was a moment magnitude 6.7 that occurred on January 17, 1994 at 4:30 a.m. in the San Fernando Valley region of the city of Los Angeles. The quake had a duration of approximately 10-20 seconds and its peak ground acceleration was the highest ever instrumentally recorded in an urban area in North America. Strong ground motion was felt as far away as Las Vegas, Nevada, about 350 kilometers from the epicenter. Number 9 is Hurricane Wilma. Hurricane Wilma struck the U.S. state of Florida and the Caribbean coast of Mexico, Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas and Haiti in October 2005. The total financial losses are $29 billion and the amount of insurance losses is $12 billion. Hurricane Wilma is the most intense tropical cyclone ever recorded in the Atlantic Ocean. It was the 22nd tropical storm, the 13th hurricane, the 6th strongest hurricane, and the 4th Category 5 hurricane in the record 2005 season. Wilma made landfall several times, causing the most damage in the Yucatan Peninsula, Cuba and Florida. The hurricane killed at least 62 people, and the losses amounted to more than $29 billion, which makes this hurricane one of the 5 most unprofitable hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean and the 4th in the US history. And finally, the 10th place is drought in the United States. The total financial losses of the drought in the USA in 2012 are estimated at $25 billion and the amount of insurance losses is $12 billion. Then 26 US states were declared a natural disaster zone due to severe drought. In total, 1,016 districts fell into the disaster zone. Due to the collapse of the American crop, world grain prices have jumped to a record level since 2008. Many people feared of a repeat of the 4 years ago events when price increases turned into a food crisis. Crop losses from high temperatures in the United States were estimated at 30% in 2012. However, the drought in the United States, contrary to the apocalyptic predictions of the media, did not lead to disruptions in global supplies of agricultural products. Thank you for watching this video. Put your thumbs up, hit the bell and subscribe to my channel. Lots of interesting things will be waiting for you here.